Why, hello there, everybody. This is HJTenchi, and as always, I have games for you. This is Guild Wars 2, and it is August the 29th. So the game's come out recently, and I've played just a little bit, nothing too much. I really just kind of started understanding how the game is played now. I think I'm going to be playing this warrior, the Norn race. I made a guardian just to kind of see what the difference was, and human elementalist, which was pretty fun, and also an Asura engineer, although I just made him just because I hadn't had other races. All races have different starting areas. You can pick male and female of each. They have actually quite a lot of different options. There's also an elven class and race as well, and each actual class has a different look compared to the other one. So like the guardian that I had earlier compared to the elven male guardian, you can pick different body size, physiques. That's a little inappropriate. Sorry, he's got wood. And skin patterns and stuff for the elves, the different facial hair. So you see they're very leafy, very naturey. And then you can go through and it asks you different things depending on your class. It can add some different cosmetic stuff, and then just I think how your character is and what they do. Lots of face details, and then also you can dye your character whatever colors you want also as well. So pretty good character creation. All the classes I've played so far have been a lot of fun. I like all of them, so that's why I made so many characters, to try and figure out what was going on and what I wanted to choose. But since I think I'm going to end up doing a warrior, I thought I'd show you a little bit of what I've learned so far and what makes this different than other MMOs. So this is the right past the tutorial area. There's a small little tutorial area that goes by really quick. And this is, I'm in an overflow area, so I can actually play with people from other servers right now in a PvE setting, which is really, really cool. And then once there's more room, as the game goes on, they'll create more and more room. And then the queue ends, I'll be able to get into the actual main area on my server. So, nonetheless, if you hit H, it'll open up your character. There's different stats, damage, critical chances, actual overall defense, hit points. So pretty basic stuff, how you are diplomatically. You can choose a little bit of that on your character creation. And then what's really interesting too is the gathering for resources for crafting. You have all of them, and you just got to buy these, but they are consumable. So every time I chop down wood, I'm going to lose one of these. So that's interesting. Also, copper in this game, the initial currency, is actually worth something so far. Unlike other games where, you know, like gold is nothing. Right now, gold's pretty big. I have town clothes. Ooh, I didn't know I had those. Interesting. So anyways, so this is my character. You can turn a few things off cosmetically. There also will be on the next level, at level 7, I can switch weapons back and forth. And what the big thing on that is if you go to these weapon skills, this is what changes my skills. My 1 through 5 are all based on my weapon when it comes to the warrior. Elementalist, you'll have 4 different elements that'll change everything, and certain other classes have other things as well. But so let's say I started out with a main hand, one-handed weapon. So I had these abilities. This was a combo. It changed depending on what, how many times you attacked before it. Then I had a jump, and then also a snare or hamstring. And then I was also using a war horn, which gave me the ability to do an AoE 33% movement speed bonus. It slowed other people, and it cured immobilized and stuff like that, which was really cool. And then also one that increased my endurance regeneration for everybody around me and negated half the endurance regen for enemies, and also made them fumble half the time. So really cool stuff, and that was all just something that I could do. Now the endurance here is if I tap a movement key, I can dodge, and see how it takes away from this. This is the endurance, I believe. And this makes a big thing. If you see a big fireball coming at you, you dodge out of the way, it negates the damage. So when it comes to PvP, it'll show like circles on the ground of where their AoE is dropping. You can just get out of it one way or the other. So dodging is going to be something that's a big thing in the game for certain classes, if not all classes. Once again, I'm still pretty new at the game, so it's up to you to kind of figure out what the best way of doing it is. Nonetheless, I now have a two-handed hammer, so these will, as you see, some of these are grayed out. As you use the abilities, it only takes a few minutes in combat. It'll unlock the next one. So they're not all unlocked right off the bat, but they unlock within minutes. So that's really cool. So now with my two-handed hammer, I actually have just normal attack. I have this attack, which does the same thing as the Warhorn, but it's a really big melee hit. Another AoE cripple or movement speed debuff, and then also a knockback and a knockdown. So depending on how you play and how you want to play, you can easily just switch between weapons, which I'll be able to do later instead of having to do it this way, and react differently. And supposedly this the warrior actually has really good ranged abilities too, so it's not like you're just a melee character. And then also, if you notice too, this adrenaline, okay, I got experience for something, I don't know what's going on. It's probably this big, there's a big public event that Warhammer and other games have done, and you can go over here and I can join all the other people in this area to help out. So you know what, we'll go over there. We're going to use our bow, so we need to kill the sun's tents. As you can see, out of range. Now that I'm closer, I can actually hit him. I'll use my 2 ability, which shoots out like a triple flaming shot. And then I can use F or right click to pick stuff up. So it's really nice. The game's a lot of fun so far. I was actually really impressed with it. And as I'm attacking, you can see that I'm building up my adrenaline, which will allow me to do a AoE blast that can ignite the area. Okay, looks like the event just ended actually. Okay, so we caught the tail end of that. But you'll gain karma, money, and experience from that. Karma is like a separate currency that you can buy certain items with, maybe even skills, but I know at least items. So that's pretty cool. And then going back to this, there's the weapon skills, but there's this other whole bar over here. Well, those are our slot skills. These are our character classes. So we have 2 unspent skill points, and I can pick up these and put them in here.
Give up now. Save me the effort.
What? Hey, you shut up. So anyways, and the first one that you start out with, this will give us, depending on the amount of adrenaline.
Except dragon.
Would you shut up, whoever that is? And I can heal. This I just bought and put into this slot, R7, and this is going to give us a passive bonus that'll give us extra power, which is attack damage for both magic and melee and ranged. And then I can activate it every 25 seconds or so, and it'll give me even more power and condition damage, which I'm not fully aware of what is yet. Condition damage is just a different type of damage, I think, that has a lot to do with debuffs. Nonetheless, so we can pick up other things. The warrior also has, like, I can kick people for a knockback, a ranged immobilize. We also have some AoE stuff that'll help people, like it's a banner that drops for 45 seconds that gives everybody toughness and vitality, so health and defense. So some really cool stuff. If you see people drop, you can go up there and just res them. Quests don't really send you around areas, but there are these little hubs that you can talk to. So, okay, yeah. We want to do quests for him to fill up his heart, so we can go on to a different area.
Traveler.
Okay, so we combine with Sacred Wolves to start a pack hunt. Then we defeat the Sons of Souvenir and free cubs. Hello. Hello, hello. Let's commune with you by doing this! So anyways, there's a lot of dance animations too, which are fun. The human, at least the male, has the LMFAO shuffling, and it's like a minute and a half of the animation. I was really impressed with it. Whether you like the song or the dance or anything, but there's a lot of animation. And my guy will do the little Carlton, but he'll keep doing some other stuff too. So it's really cool just to see that they have a bunch of stuff you can do. Let's see. Alright, let's commune with you guys. So we can commune with them by hitting F or right-clicking. And we're going to hunt with the pack. Now that we have the bow, we can... Oh, look at these guys. Over there. Whoa! Those guys come from... The nice thing, too, is let's say we had weapon switching at level... we can't do it in combat. Once we do have it at level 7, which is like half a level away, all melee attacks are AoEs if they're close to it. So that's really nice. Really having a good thing with that. Drake egg stolen. Oh. What else are we killing? Okay, so we're not doing that. We're just hunting in the pack. As you can see, we're getting points towards this overall arching goal of just helping the wolves. Let's drop our AoE. Bam! And see the little outline that it has right there? You can tell where it's going to drop down, so you'll be able to dodge out of it if need be. Boom. Yay, we unlocked another. See how quick it was to unlock this stuff, though? just by using the abilities and fighting, you're going to unlock. So we unlocked an arrow that explodes, blinding foes. Cool. And that's going to give their next outgoing attack a miss for 5 seconds. Okay, so that's on target, I'm guessing. So just as we stay in here, we're going to continue to fill up this bar, and then when we're done, all these things here will be good. And then there's another event going on here. These events go on constantly. I was in just one area talking to a friend trying to catch up with some of the new guildies, as you can see in the yellow chat here that I'm with. And there was like 2 or 3 events that happened just then. I was just really amazed with that. Oh, where are you going? So other people joining in with the little public event. And then there's also combos. So as you do build up certain abilities, using them and joining them together, this will do a combo finisher, which will do a physical projectile with 20% chance of that happening. So that's really cool too. Little extra stuff you can do if you're better at the game, or you really want to. Whoa, what the hell is this? Requires a black lion key, but we can unlock that. Also, blue in this game is not as rare as other games. Blue is like a normal green, I believe. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that's what I've been told at least. Okay, we'll shoot him with our... Okay, the blinding shot just shoots in a direction, I guess. Maybe you don't aim it as much. But we'll continue on here, trying to fill up our last, because I've done stuff for the other shamans, the other wolves. There's a wolf, raven, and bear shamans, I believe, the different spirits that the Norns have. And then I would assume we'll move on to the next area after that. Looks like we have help here, which not really necessary, but starting area, everybody's helping everybody out. Also, you can do is by hitting B, we can go to our world versus world. Because we're in an area right now that's an overflow, it won't show what ours is because it's kind of like a neutral server. But there's 3 different factions that fight over the different areas, lands, castles, forts, supplies. It's a really cool idea. Dark Age of Camelot really did that well. What was another good? Planet Side, which also has a second game coming out in beta. So I'm looking forward to a lot of games like that. Let's go talk to a Sacred Wolf, and we should just be able to finish this area off. Probably just by standing in his area, but... You know what? Let's use our Adrenaline attack. Boom! See what that does. Whoa! Big old AoE burst. And the nice thing, too, is you can see how there's like a little arrow circle around this. It's really nice because I can control-click, and what that'll do is as soon as I start combat, it'll constantly keep using that ability, so I don't have to keep mashing it with either the hotkey or my left click. It's really nice. Also, once we're done, we don't have to go back to this guy. He sent us mail saying, "Greetings, HJTenchi. We have pleased the wolf, fierce determination, and we've given back to his pack, blah, 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 and we can take the money he's given us." So we don't have to go back. Really nice. Although there aren't mounts in the game, there are waypoints that you can find and actually pick up experience and everything by just finding them. And once you find all of them, you'll get loot. And you can see what's here. There are areas at the beginning, a scout, and he'll mark stuff for you. You can get a free skill point by just going over here and finding it. So there's a lot of really cool things that have in this game. Also, you can see how big the map is. So it's definitely going to be a big game. The cap is level 80 from what I'm being told. And then also look right here, the mini-map. You can zoom in pretty well. It gives pretty good details. You can pan to the story mission.
One challenge down.
Nope. And we had gold for being involved in the eggs a little bit. I kind of did stuff. Not really, but, hey, I'll take the free experience. So anyways, let's see. We need the story quest is here. Let's talk to him. And it goes into this type of discussion when you're doing a story. So you're not interrupted.
Yeah, hey there, Slayer. Thank you for coming to help. I've got a serious problem. Wolf teaches us to pull together, to work as a pack. In his name, I ask for your help.
I'm always willing to help, Genli. Of course I will honor Wolf's teachings. Tell me your problem.
It concerns the warrior shamans known as Havruns. Valda, the Wolf Havruns' apprentice, was found in a death-like sleep in the woods. Nothing I do seems to help. There's one treatment I have yet to try, but it requires a special flower known as winter sage.
And this winter sage can revive Valda?
I hope so. Unfortunately, it can only be found deep in the Grawl caves to the east, and it's extremely fragile. It will be difficult to get past the Graw and return with the flower intact. If you can do it, bring the plant to me at the Great Lodge of Holbreck. I'll be there at Volda's side.
I will obtain this precious flower, Grawl or no Grawl. In Wolf's name I swear it.
Cool. So there's our next big story quest. We can then zoom to it, figure out what's going on. Ooh, what's that? Kill the Ice Drake Broodling. Or Brood Mother. Ooh. I don't know if... Wow, that... Oh, man, there's a lot of people on that. And then there's also these stampeding Minotaurs. This is also another event. So as you can see, there's already been 4 or 5 events going on. It's really cool to see the different stuff. So far, the game seems like a lot of fun. I've had a lot of interesting times with just being level 6 and kind of just hanging out, not really trying too hard on actually doing stuff. Let's switch over to our hammer. Oh, big guy. We'll fight this guy. Oh! So you get experience bonuses if you keep... hey, we got some crafting materials. Also, picking up crafting, making stuff, all gives you experience. You can actually get to level 80 just through crafting. So that's really cool as well. There's a lot of new institutions that are being added in that I really appreciate that need to be in MMOs. So like, let's say this crafting node up here. We have copper ore coming up. Back in the day, especially on the higher nodes, what happens with the resource nodes is you end up having like 20 people fighting over them, and it turns into this big PvP struggle. This, no one, it's all there for everybody else, but no one can take it but me. It's just like, to use a interesting analogy that someone did, it's like Diablo 3. Everybody has their own loot. So that's really nice that I can go up there and grab it. It was really cool, don't get me wrong, to have like these big fights over nodes and such like that, but it's also really nice not to have to worry about it as much either. So let's watch, we'll do... Boom! Start out with that, and it automatically starts using my hammer smash, because I have this as my auto attack. And then this has already started him with fumble chances and stuff like that. Good times. But yeah, so far so good. I'm having a blast. Once the game actually starts fleshing out for me, I start playing a little bit more and doing guild stuff. Here's my guild, Khajiitic, with Northern Shiver Peaks. So if anybody ever wants to jump on, I'm on Northern Shiver Peaks. But also if you're in the Overflow, we should be able to play no matter what server you're on. But it's HJTenchi, period 1560. So thanks for watching this little, I guess, a first impressions of some of the beginning stuff. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment or hit me up on Twitter. All right, everyone. Have a good one.